Hello, Sumate. You're welcome once again. So, in this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to draft a basic sleeve, both the long sleeve and the short sleeve. So, it promises to be explanatory. So, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're new here, thanks for tuning in. So, let's get right into the video. So, I'm starting now to draw the starting point on the brown paper. So, this brown paper is on fold. So I'm trying to adjust the paper to accommodate my measurements. I'll start with drafting the short sleeve. The measurement for this short sleeve is 10 inches. I'll mark 10 inches on the paper all around and then connect the line. Then I'll mark the cap, the sleeve height, the sleeve cap. The sleeve cap can be derived by dividing your bust measurement by 12 and then you add 1.5 inches. Okay, so that is that. And then to get the distance, I usually recommend you use your shoulder back measurement. The measurement for your shoulder, then you add extra 1 inch. Okay, your shoulder measurement. There are different ways to do this, but I usually use shoulder measurements divided by 2, and then you add half inch. Then from that point, you connect it straight to the beginning of the paper like so, just like that. You make a straight line and then you divide that straight line into two. So I'm going to get the midpoint now. At that point, I'll come down by half an inch. At that point, that midpoint, I'll come up by half an inch, then come down by half an inch as well. Half an inch on both sides. Then I'll connect the lines. So I'll connect the first one like this, like so, just like I'm doing. You can use your free hand to do this if you don't have a curve rule. Okay, so that part will be the back armhole. Okay, and then the other line will be the front armhole. So you can see how I'm connecting it. It's very, very simple to construct. So I'm just trying to make sure that the point edges are curved out. And that is that for the armhole. So I'm just trying to label that. Then I'll go ahead to mark the round arm measurement. For this, it is 6 inches. Then I'll just connect it 6 inches. Then I'll connect it to that point. So because this is just a pattern, I won't be adding ease allowance, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I will just show you how to add ease allowance. So I'm just adding 1 inch ease for folding of the sleeve, just like so. And then for joining at the sides, I'm going to add 1 inch ease allowance. So I'm going to draw that and connect it like so. Then at that point, you also had half an inch allowance. So that will be the allowance that you will use to join it to the main bodies. Okay. So that is when you want to transfer this pattern to your fabric. So I'll be cutting out the actual sleeve I drafted. Since this is a pattern, I won't be cutting out I won't cut out the sleeve with the seam allowance. And that is all for a basic short sleeve. I have a tutorial on how to cut a basic bodice block. The link is in the description below. I also have a video on how to take accurate body measurements. So I'll be cutting out that part so that I can differentiate the front and the back armhole. So to cut the long sleeve, it's still the same method. The only difference is that the sleeve will be longer. So I'm trying to adjust the paper and then to mark my starting point. So just like I did for for the short sleeve, I'll mark the full length. The full length of the sleeve is 23 inches. So I'm going to mark that now. Then I'll mark the sleeve the cap, the sleeve cap or the cap height. You can call it cap height or sleeve cap, anyone that is suitable for you. So you derive that by dividing your bust measurement, your round bust measurement by 12, and then you add 1.5. In this case, the bust measurement for this client is 42 divided by divided by 12 will give me that, and then I'll add 1.5 inches. So in total I have a cap height of 5 inches. Okay, that's good. Then I'm going to mark the elbow length. The elbow length is 12 inches and I'm marking that on the paper. Then I'll go ahead to mark that area. Just divide your round shoulder measurement by 2, and then you add 1 inches, and then from there you draw a straight line to that point, and that is it. Then you get the midpoint of that straight line, and on that midpoint you come out by half an inch and also come in by half an inch. So you connect the lines together. Then I'm also doing that for the front armhole. So just as I did for the short sleeve, I'll make sure that those pointed edges are blended out. So you have to blend it out to give you a curve, okay? And that is it about drafting the sleeve. So I'll go ahead now to mark the elbow measurement. The elbow measurement there is 6. That's 12 divided by 2, 6, and then the sleeve round arm measurement, I'm marking it as 4 because it's 8. Then 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I'm going to join the lines together. So just make sure that you don't have any pointed edge, okay? So one more thing, this I usually do. Then you can now, before that, so you can now add your seam allowances if you're going to transfer to your fabric. So since this is just a pattern, okay, I won't be adding any seam allowance. I'm going to add my seam allowance when I want to cut this out on my fabric. So one more thing that I usually do, if I'm cutting this sleeve for a small size, maybe small and medium person that has a small sleeve, I'll first divide that part from that elbow, to that point. I'll divide it into 2. Okay, get the midpoint. Then from that midpoint, I'll also divide that portion into 2 again. Good. Then at that point, I'll come in by 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch, then I'll connect the line just like this. This is just to remove any excess, especially if you are cutting for a very slim person that has a very slim hand. Okay, if you are cutting for a plus size, please do not do this process, do not do this. But if you're cutting for a very slim person, then this is necessary just to make your sleeve more relaxed and to remove any bulge or any excess under the arm. Okay, that is it. Is optional though, but I usually do this to give my sleeve a perfect fit. So I will cut this out so as to differentiate the front armhole from the back armhole. Please do well to watch my video on how to cut a basic bodice block. The link will be in the description below. So this is how to cut a basic sleeve. So please practice make perfect. So try yours out and let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much.